Hey everyone, it's Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the Amazon FBA and e-commerce podcast.
Lunch with Norm, lunch with Norm, lunch with Norm, lunch with Norm.
Okay, so today we got a great episode. We're going to be talking about Amazon Wholesale, and it's just another business model that I know most people are on the podcast like to hear about Amazon private label, but this is definitely an area that we got to talk about. Our guest is an Amazon wholesaler and mentor. He's got a great course out there. He's breaking all the barriers when it comes out to building massive Amazon wholesale businesses. Now, as you know, we've had people talking about wholesale on this podcast before, and one of the guys had $100 million account. So you could really grow your businesses with wholesale. So I can't wait to get to our guest today's first time on the podcast, Eric Castellano. But before we get to him, let's have a quick word from our sponsor. Thank you, Z.co, for sponsoring this episode of Lunch with Norm. Are you looking to take your e-commerce business from local to global? You can with the help of Z and their brand new app. That's right. You can track live shipments with push notifications, get detailed lead times for each stage of your shipment, and store all compliance and VAT reclaim documents in the palm of your hand, all while listening to Lunch with Norm. Ready to expand your e-com empire and take your Amazon FBA business global? Use the link in the description to learn more about Z's new app that's now available on desktop and mobile. That's Z.co, ZEE.co. Or if you're in Canada, ZEE.
That's right.
Right.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic.
I'm freezing, actually.
I know, it's so cold here.
No, but, Mom left the door open when she went to get some stuff. And oh my God, I froze.
I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome, Brad, Andre, Jeff. We have Manny joining us, Simon. Great to see everyone. If you have questions, concerns, issues about Amazon Wholesale, let us know in the comment sections. Get your questions in. We will be doing a Q&A session at the end of it, as well as we have a great giveaway from Eric too. So stick around for more information about that. And before we get started, make sure you smash those like buttons, give us those thumbs up, and yeah, it's going to be a great show, and we can kind of jump into it.
Fantastic. I see Jeff is already on to hashtag Wheel of Kelsey.
Yeah, he's
on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do have any questions, like Kelsey said, just throw it over into the comment section. So sit back, relax, grab that cup of coffee, or for Simon, maybe a cup of tea, and enjoy the episode.
Norm, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Eric?
I'm doing well, my friend. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Hey, and I'm sure there's a lot more to you, why don't you give us a little bit of a sample of what you do, who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, appreciate you having me on the show.
No problem.
Great to be here. My name is Eric Castellano. I'm the owner of Amazon Lit. I've been selling on Amazon for about 8 years. Built the business out of my best friend's basement. And now we have, 20,000 square foot warehouse, about 50 employees right below me, producing Amazon inventory. We average about $4 or $5 million a month in sales. And what we do is we leverage that experience of building and continuing to operate this very large business. And we teach other people who are doing wholesale how to do the exact same thing.
Okay, fantastic. Strangely enough, coincidentally, I was just talking to my wife, who really knows nothing about Amazon private label or wholesale. And she just went out and she brought back this coffee. And these coffee is probably about $10 a container. She got it for 50 cents. It was liquidating. And I went, this is perfect. Yeah. I'm talking to a wholesaler today. You should get into wholesale, buy all the stock up, and let's see what we can do with this bloody coffee. Yeah. But anyway, How did you get started in Amazon?
My best friend, also my business partner, Sebastian, his aunt at the time, this was in 2013, she knew a family who was doing exactly what you just said, Norm. They were going to these retail stores, finding things discounted and selling them for a margin on Amazon.com. And kind of the light bulb went off. And we started doing the same exact thing, going to Costco, Sam's Club, Target, and buying what's called retail arbitrage, and kind of got into the game a little bit.
So, we do have a lot of new, intermediate, and advanced sellers that listen to the podcast. Yeah. Wholesale, is that retail arbitrage or online arbitrage?
No. So I think the best thing would just to be give a definition of wholesale. So what Amazon wholesale is when you buy large volume of products at a discounted price from a distributor, wholesaler, manufacturer, or brand to relist for a markup on Amazon.com. So you just find products for cheaper, sell them for a couple bucks higher.
Okay, very good. I'm just curious, how tough is it to find these wholesale products? Oh, you froze, Eric.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, good. So did you hear the question?
No. What was the question?
Okay. I was just asking, how hard is it to go out and find these wholesale products?
Yeah. So one of the hardest things you're absolutely going to experience is opening up the wholesale accounts, because for a few reasons. The first one is a lot of people, they don't know what to say or how to say it. So they just say the wrong thing in the email or the phone call they make to them. But if you can get two to five decent accounts, you can really, really start to purchase enough products to grow your business rather large at about 20% profit margins.
At that high, 20%.
Yeah, it's pretty par for the wholesale standard. Some companies, usually they start off a little less, and then as they get better at buying, they're able to kind of master their profits a little better and get closer to that 20% mark.
Okay, so most of our listeners are private label sellers. And they might have some experience, or they might know a little bit about wholesale.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the differences between private label, wholesale. What can they expect? What are the costs involved? And let's start off with the differences between PLL and or private label sellers and wholesale.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do sell private label as well. It makes up about 10% of our business. So with those products, we research an industry, right? And then we kind of niche down a little bit, find an opportunity with a product that has room for growth. So not super saturated. Products don't have ridiculous amount of reviews. There's not 2 or 3 companies just dominating. And then we purchase those products from usually overseas, Alibaba, also some other sites we use. And that's really, but then you got to pay for advertising, shipping, all that stuff, right? You guys know, especially if you're a private label, primary podcast, then absolutely you guys know all that, and girls. But wholesale, it's just it's a quick way to generate capital. So what I usually suggest is if you have zero experience, start with wholesale, build up some funds, because you can make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in a couple months, and then use that profit to then go invest in private label products. Unless you got the $5,000 to $15,000 laying around to just do it yourself.
Right. Who knows? I know Simon does, but anyway. So one of the fears I would have, and maybe you can put my fears to ease, would be going out there, buying a whack of product, and then it's just not selling.
Yeah. That all comes in with product research. So the same way you don't buy a private label product in 20 minutes after looking at it, you dive deep into it. These products, you got to understand, keep it charts. You got to look at the competitive sellers, the ranking, analyze it, so when you do buy it, it will sell no matter what.
What's the success rate? Is it an 80-20 rule, or what are you finding?
Like for Amazon wholesale sellers or for products?
Yeah, no, for wholesale sellers. What's the success rate when they go do the research and they throw up that product?
Yeah, yeah. So if they've done the research properly, they'll have 100% success rate. And the average profit, like I said, 20% average selling price is about $20. So you're looking at $4 profit. So if they've done their research correctly, there's 100% chance that it will sell. If they messed up, missed a price dip on the Keepa chart, didn't realize the seller had 10,000 units in stock, then those odds start to decrease.
Now, do you ever go back? So let's say you've got a product that was very successful for you. Do you go back and do you negotiate terms with a distributor or with the manufacturer?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really where the business begins to grow in two ways. One, requesting volume discounts from wholesalers and distributors. Sometimes we'll get full truckloads, half truckloads of one SKU because we know it sells well. And the other thing is building relationships with some of these brands who are good at building brands, but not good at selling on Amazon. An opportunity opens up there as well.
Right. Okay. I'm just looking. I forgot to talk about your giveaway today, which is a fantastic giveaway.
Yeah.
So, Eric, why don't you just let everybody know what the giveaway is today?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're giving away today, courtesy of Amazon Lit, eSellers RI, and Lunch with Norm, is our beginner's bundle. So what that includes is everything you need to know, all the softwares covered in detail, how to package, ship your first products, how to put in the shipments. Everything is included in that. And additionally, we're throwing in our product or our distributors, find product distributors modules. So you're able to understand how exactly to contact these distributors, where to find them, what to say to them, email templates, phone scripts, everything.
That's fantastic. If somebody's looking to get into wholesale, there you go. I think it's a really excellent opportunity for people to get in, to start to understand this market, because it's a huge market.
Yes.
Everybody talks about private label, but they don't talk about wholesale. I mean, it's good for you because nobody talks about it.
Yeah, there's definitely a big market there. Listen, I'm a firm believer. I'm a multiple business owner, so I like additional streams of income. That's why I do private label and I do wholesale, because it's just like, if I can make some additional money here or there. Right now, our business is 90% wholesale, 10% private label. If someone who's doing private label wants to do the complete opposite and do 10% wholesale, they'll be able to make an additional couple $1,000s a month.
Nice. So if you're interested in this, getting that beginner package for the wholesale, and I love the idea that it's templated, it's a no-brainer, but it's hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people and you'll get an extra entry. And we'll be reminding people a little later on in the podcast as well. Now, I'd really like to know about the cash that you need to invest to get the ball rolling here.
Yeah.
So right now, for private label sellers, we used to say, oh, invest $2,500 and you're good to go. That doesn't work anymore.
Nope.
You've got a much higher, it's just so much more competitive. Your cash, like once you get your inventory, I always like to put about a 3 to 1 what your cost of goods are. Yeah. If you're investing $5,000, you got to throw in 15, just to be careful. What about with wholesale?
Yeah. So recommended amount to start with wholesale, $3,000 to $5,000.
Okay.
And that's right on par. Obviously, if you have more, it's better. Can you start with less? Technically, but that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, but people, and I see this a lot, where people will go, especially if they're new, they'll go to Facebook ads and they'll try to invest $300 in Facebook ad, and it's just waste of money.
Yeah.
Right. Is that similar to wholesale? If you start off with $1,000, you're really kind of throwing your money away. You should have a minimum of $5,000 to invest.
Yeah, it's similar, but also I'm a firm believer that everybody should be investing in some sort of training, or there's so many options out there that whether you want to do retail arbitrage, private label, wholesale, there's so much opportunity to just buy a course and figure it out in 1/10 of the time. And also, I think that it's good. Sometimes, if that's your only $1,000, no. But if you got a couple grand, I think spending $1,000 and breaking even, it's going to teach you so much about the hustle that you can't put a price tag on that. So really, it's like you're paying for experience,
Yeah. So on the wholesale side, what can you give us a few benefits of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So replenishable products, I think that's a huge benefit. So you find a SKU that hits. Like right now, we got some SKUs selling 4,000 units a month. Making $3-4 in profit on every sale. So you find a couple good products that really hit, and you just keep reordering them. You're talking about recurring revenue every single month, like clockwork. Also, I would say the relationships you build with these companies. You could partner with a huge brand who has an amazing product, takes care of all the social media advertising, the Facebook ads, the Google ads, and you're just the company that takes a little bit of a margin on top, 15-20% on top to sell it on Amazon for them. It opens up a lot of doors that way as well.
So let's say you're selling sparkling ice. You find a
Yes.
good deal with them and you put it on Amazon. Now you're going to have other people competing with you on sparkling ice water, correct?
Yes.
So you're fighting for that buy box.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you ever putting PPC on it?
Yes, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
So what we like to run is what I call like a catch-all campaign. So I'll run an ad on all my slower moving SKUs. Let's say it's a fourth of our inventory, so 800, 900 SKUs. I'll run a high budget, low bid campaign on that for maybe 15, 20 cents, and it will really start. It will operate at a 3% A cost. I'll spend maybe $5,000, and it will generate a nice chunk of change in that month.
And what I really love about the wholesale model and PPC is that it's not first come, first serve. When somebody sees your product in PPC, Amazon cookies them.
Yes.
So they give you I think it's a 24-hour cookie, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people don't understand that. They think, oh, they're going to see our product, but they're going to go with the lowest, the lowest shown price, and you get the sale. Like your cookie is going to come up in 24 hours, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any other benefits to the wholesale model?
It's a super quick way to generate cash quickly. You can literally get started. You could start doing, say the person who wins this bundle today, they could watch that bundle, right? In the next week, finish it, find some distributors, and have products in Amazon in the next 30 to 45 days. So it's quick. It's a quick startup.
Yeah. And you don't have the expense of private label.
Yes.
I mean, it's so expensive and so time consuming. I'm a private label seller. I love private label. I love building brands. But with this, it's if you find that product or that niche and it just clicks, you could be off, like you said, you could be running something in 30 days to 45 days and getting cash.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's talk about maybe some action steps. So I want to get involved. I don't have your course.
Yes.
What do you have to do to get started?
Yeah. So step number one would be to register an LLC, which is very, very simple. There's services that offer to do it. But they're going to be probably 2 or 3x the price, and it takes 20 minutes to do it yourself. You just go to your local state website and register a business. And the reason why you need an LLC is because that LLC will provide you an EIN, which wholesalers are going to request when opening up wholesale accounts. So
right.
It's an EIN is like your business's license plate for anybody who doesn't know what your EIN is. It tells people that you exist as a company, and they use that for tax purposes. And then create an Amazon account if you don't have one, seller account. And then step number one immediately after that would be finding wholesalers and distributors, because if you don't have products to purchase, you don't have a business,
Now, are there any, like you were talking at the very beginning about emails that go out, and there's some definite mistakes when you're contacting suppliers in China.
Yes.
But what are the do's and don'ts when you're contacting suppliers for wholesale?
Yeah. So I would say just the verbiage. So instead of saying, hey, I'm an Amazon seller, just say, hey, I'm an e-commerce distributor. It's a little more friendly. A lot of people, when they see Amazon seller, they instantly judge you. They know nothing about your business, how you operate, how you can help them grow, but they see those words and they're like, yuck, So I would say definitely just changing your verbiage up a little bit and saying the right words and offering some value to them. It's a two-way street.
Yeah, I think that's so important. I've walked trade shows, Pet Expo. So I was selling this product, and I was doing it was going really well. It was 6 figures a month. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get anybody to pay attention to me, and I wasn't going there saying, I judge people on how they judge me when I go into their booth. And if they're, not paying any attention because, oh, you're an Amazon guy. Okay, that's fine. But I'm just going down another rabbit hole here. But the person that did,
I think it's back right now.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Okay. I don't know if it's my end or your end, but hopefully you
I'm
stay
not
with
sure.
us.
I'm not sure either, but I heard you and I hear you. Especially at trade shows, it can be uncomfortable at times,
But that's actually a great grounds, a great area to go to the trade shows, talk to these distributors and manufacturers and build a relation. Elena Saris, I've been with her on many occasions, and Elena's been a guest on the show a few times. She goes in and she just starts talking to these distributors and just right out asks if she can be a wholesaler for the company. And as she exits the trade show, she's picked up 1 or 2 or 3 different accounts. She's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think any industry you're in, and this just goes for life in general. So whether you're listening to this and you like computers or you like video games or you sell private label or you do wholesale, I suggest everybody goes to at least 5 or 6 trade show events throughout the year. So every other month, you should be attending some sort of event in the industry that you enjoy, because there's so much knowledge to be shared and exchanged at events like that.
Are there Amazon wholesale events?
Yeah. There's one happening in Las Vegas. It's called ASD. It's one of the largest wholesale trade show events, and it's happening at the end of February. We go out there, we host a big event, we walk the show floor with a bunch of our community. We introduce them to brands we've been doing business with for years. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think my partner Tim Jordan and I are going to get out there and take a walk of it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll push me around in a wheelchair or something. But anyways, yeah, we're definitely going to go there.
Yeah, you know what? I think, Norm, we were just at an event together in Brooklyn, I want to say. Did you go to the ASGTG event and then a dinner afterwards?
I didn't go this year, but the last one was the last event they had. I was speaking there.
Yeah.
So you know what? That is one of the best events in the country.
It was definitely amazing.
Yeah, and on top of that, the food is excellent.
Yeah.
But the 2 events that I really love are Kevin King's BDSS and that one. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know when the next one is, but I definitely plan on getting out there if they'll allow me out of this bloody country.
Where are you?
I'm up in Toronto.
Oh, I'm going to Canada for the first time on this Sunday coming up. So
really?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Alberta.
Oh yeah, that's a couple thousand miles away.
Yeah, Edmonton. So something we do is we have our a private consulting group called our Inner Circle, and we fly around the country and we help optimize people's warehouses. So, we show them how to set it up, what kind of production stations, how to run your staff, and all the stuff like that.
Okay, I'm just saying, and I don't know if the guys are listening, AMZ One Step.
What's that?
They're just a huge, really great group out in Edmonton. I thought, if you're going out there, you're probably talking to them.
No, I never even heard of them, but I'm gonna look into it.
Write it down, AMZ One Step. They're awesome. Okay, cool. So what have been some of the challenges that you see in this business model?
Yeah. So I think there's I would say 2 or 3 main challenges. The first is a lot of people quit before the miracle happens. I wanted to quit. I was maybe 9 months in, 8 months in. I just wasn't seeing the growth that we expected to see. But thank God I didn't quit, because that persistence and that dedication and consistency really paid off in the long run. So it's not an overnight millionaire business, but if you put work into it, guaranteed your business will exceed your expectations. And then really another trial and tribulation you're going to experience, unless you got money like that, is funding, because as your business grows, you need more capital. We all know that. So, but Amazon's very generous. They offer Amazon lending, for it'll start maybe 20,000 at 7%, then go up to 50,000 at 6%, then 100,000, and they'll offer you up to over $1 million multiple times a year, which can really help grow your business. There's private lending opportunities. There's bank loans, SBA loans.
Sellers funding is another one that provides funding that I really like. I'm working with them right now.
Yeah, sellers funding is great. So there's options. Options.
Yeah. So do you think there's any other obstacles that you have to look out for?
I would say just doing thorough research, because you don't want to get a lot of IP complaints on your account. So something people don't know is you just can't go and buy any product that you see selling well on Amazon. Especially some red flags to look out for is if it has one seller, and it's always had one seller, especially if that seller is the brand. And then on the third keep it chart, there's a graph that will show you how many sellers are consistently on it. So you just got to be mindful of that. And if you do your research properly, it's not a problem.
So you should be, thank you. Coffee delivery.
Nice. So, I need it. Where's my coffee delivery girl?
Sorry. It's on its way. But one of the things, and I'll tell you a horror story about this, but do you ever sign a reseller agreements, or do you get them?
So we do, but usually it's us sending them to the company and not the company sending it to us. It's more of like, okay, this is what we are going to provide for you. We just want the products at the lowest wholesale price. We'll take care of shipping, receiving, returns, customer complaints, reviews, everything. So really it's us sharing the agreement with them, not the other way around.
All right. I'll give you a horror story after this, but you won't believe it. But anyways, before we do that, Eric's got an incredible giveaway today. If you want to learn about wholesale, he's got the course for you, the templates, everything that you need to know, including what is really awesome, how to find the wholesaler. It's a wholesaler's list. So I think that's what you said, right? It's
we show them the process on how to find them themselves.
Right. Yeah. So that is such a cool giveaway. So hashtag Wheel of Kelsey. If you like a second entry, just tag 2 people. Okay. Kelsey, can we have now Kelsey, put your hand on that button. Okay. You always say I don't give you enough time. Hit the word from our sponsor, please. Thank you, Sellerize, for sponsoring this episode of Lunch with Norm. Sellerize is your comprehensive solution for your everyday business needs. Everything you need to grow and scale your Amazon business is just one click away. For more information, contact Dima and his team over at Sellerize.com. And remember, Sellerize is with 1 R. Okay, so my horror story is one of my clients. They were a wholesaler. They got their product from a distributor. Okay, legit product. The manufacturer said to the distributor that they couldn't resell. So, but he did. He didn't know. All of a sudden, one day, not a knock, all of a sudden, a ton of cops come in. Wow. They had rifles, or they were pointing guns, he said, at them, confiscated all their products, said it was counterfeit. Wow. And the manufacturer tried to sue him for $600,000.
Yeah, wow, that is a crazy story, Norm. That is
crazy. So, what just led me
to experience that?
My God! So, I at the time I thought, well, I would never have thought about asking for the reseller agreement from the distributor, but you should put something in writing, I think, just so you are allowed to sell on Amazon or whatever platform you want to, correct?
If it's with the brand direct, then absolutely there should be some sort of contract. But if it's with the wholesaler distributor, especially some of these national distributors, that's their job. And Amazon has something called selective distribution, which essentially says in the terms of service that no brand is able to control or manipulate their listings, making it a free market. So once you start throwing some jargon like those words around from TOS to some of these brands, they're like, wow, we're actually doing something illegal here. But most people don't know that. The brand scares them and they step away when really the brands are just being bullies.
Yeah, it is a free market. And even though brand registries out there, and you know what, I just did a video last night about Project Zero. And how you think, oh, Amazon's giving me the ability to remove everybody that's on my listing. Well, go ahead and do that and see what happens. It's for counterfeit only. And if you're just removing people left, right, and center, that's going to come back and it could bite you. So you got to be careful. And you're right. It's 100%. It's a free market.
100%.
Now, okay, so let's just talk about for these new sellers that are going out there and listing on Amazon. Sorry, I got too much caffeine in me right now. So, but for the new sellers that are out there, just about how they're listing, what mistakes have you seen new sellers make when they're listing their new products?
So one would be over ordering. They order 90 days worth of inventory. We always suggest only ordering about 30 days worth of
30 days.
30 days. That's because you're sourcing them from domestic distributors and wholesalers. And if you need more, you can get them in 5 to 7 days to Amazon. So it's like the Amazon market is no different than cryptocurrency, stock market. It goes up and down, especially with name brand products. So a lot of people, they go too deep on a SKU, tie up all their capital, and then they're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place. And then the second thing would probably be not analyzing the listing properly, just not paying attention to price drops, consistency in price drops. It's no different than reading a graph for the stock market, or it shows you every price it went at. And then also not analyzing the competition. If you miss that one of the competitors on the listing has 10,000 units and the listing's only selling 1,000 units a month, you just bought inventory on a listing that the person has a year's worth of inventory for. They own that listing. They'll drop the price if they want. They got so much inventory tied up.
Right. Yeah. One of the things that you just mentioned that I really like is it's domestic. So you don't have that supply chain issue that, when ordering from China, you've got, just the hassle with China right now, the Trump tariffs, just getting it into Amazon. I mean, it could take months and months and months. Kevin, do you know Kevin King?
I do, yes.
Okay, so Kevin has a product that he bought for a licensed product. Okay, he bought it from China. He put it through Chicago. He thought Chicago would be the best way to solve this issue. Since May, he's had it in Chicago. And he's had to pay. So he's had to pay for storage. Okay. Even though it hasn't been unloaded out of Chicago. And he had to pay the licensing fee because the product he didn't meet the licensing obligation. So he got hit twice, like to add insult to injury. And this is something that you really don't have to worry about that because you can turn the inventory a lot more, which helps with cash flow as well.
Yes. And if you do ever get caught in a product with wholesale, like something we do is once a month, we'll go to the flea market, right? And we'll just sell it all at cost and get the cash back into the company. Or you can wholesale it to other people because say you buy a product, it might not sell well on Amazon, but maybe it does great in brick and mortar stores. And you can add, 10, 12% to it and just move it all in one shot to a local company that's right down the street from you. So it kind of opens up some opportunities as well.
Yeah, and if you're trying to just blow it away like that too, if you do have something that's not moving and lowering the price doesn't help, I think by donating the product, if it is something that could be donated, you're going to be able to get at least the cost back on the product as well, if you're looking at just the cost. So yeah, if you don't have a winner, that just move out the product or liquidate it as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kelsey, do we have any well, no, before we get to that, I wanted to talk about the growth opportunities. You're moving quite a bit of inventory right now. You said that you almost gave up one year into it. Well, what type of growth did you see after that year?
So year one, we did about $1 million in sales revenue at probably like an 8% net.
Okay.
So it was definitely a learning experience. And immediately after, right when we felt like giving up, we decided to go all in and move out of the basement into our first warehouse. Now that was a huge decision for us. The warehouse was about 1,100 square feet, so it wasn't big. It was like maybe 2 or 3 of these rooms here. But that really allowed us to scale to the next level, make a sacrifice for the growth of our business, which was scary. And we had a lot of fear with that decision, but we did it. And it was game changer, because now you got the space. And then we just kept growing from there.
Yeah. And right now, space shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yeah.
There's space available everywhere.
Yeah. The prices are high, though. Right now, prices are high.
Well, right now, also the government, depending on the state that you're in, and also depending on the county that you're in, there's all sorts of government programs out there trying to stimulate small business again.
Yes.
So it's not a bad time to take a look at getting into this model, or getting that warehouse. But anyways, I think it's a great model. I think wholesale is very unique. It's a different beast than private label. I think you can turn dollars, like you said. You can turn it quickly. You're not talking about a quarterly turn or a semi-annual turn. You could do this on a monthly basis, which is really going to help out with your cash flow, which I really like. Kels, let's talk about questions now. Do we have any from the listeners?
Yeah, we got lots of questions coming in.
I thought so.
So some of them we've kind of covered during the talk, but let's see, from Tony. Tony is asking, what is the average profit margin on wholesale versus private label?
Tony, what's up, man? I haven't seen Tony in a while.
Oh, you know Tony?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Tony.
3 years, 4 years now. But for wholesale, it's around 20% gross. What about for you, Norm? What are you seeing with your private label brands?
It really depends. And for me, I have a different model. Like, I'm really looking at things. If I'm buying it for 1, I want to sell it for 10.
Yeah.
But I would think 25 to 30 would be good for private label. But it can be a uphill battle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, Tony also said he loves your YouTube channel. A big fan of you as well. So next one from Faye. Question: I'm looking for a distributor for a specific niche and haven't had much luck on Google. Where else can I look for distributors for wholesale in the USA? Is there a directory? And any tips on getting the best prices from these suppliers?
Yeah, so I'm going to change your life right now, right? Take whatever product you're looking at, right? Take whatever product you're looking at and find the manufacturer on the bottle or the can or the package, and call them and ask them who their distributors are. And they'll give you their distributors on a silver platter, all of them.
Wow. There you go.
Awesome. All right. Let me see. From Mary, are you creating the listings on Amazon, or do you only go with existing listings?
So our primary focus is existing listings. A, because it's extremely easy. B, they're already ranked. And C, products are already selling very well. So we prefer to go that route.
Yeah, and then you got to invest in the copy, the images.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and we do, though, with the caveat of sometimes we create something what's called a wholesale bundle. Well, we'll take an existing product, add a loofah to a shampoo or a conditioner, make it our own product, and sell it like that.
Okay. So give that added value.
Yeah.
Okay, from Sarfraz, what should the minimum profit margin be or ROI on private label brands, I guess, versus retail
Oh, we I think
or
we
a
just
wholesale?
covered that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and then we have one more. Can you please share the criteria you're following to find the best products to sell? Second question, most of the brand owners are reluctant to give accounts and don't like foreign personnels. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, so I'll answer your second question first. I think the mistake you're making is going brand direct instead of just finding a wholesaler that distributes their products to the country. And you can do this in the country you live in if there's an Amazon.com there, or an Amazon.uk or CA or MX, or you can do it in US. And your first question is the criteria we look for: minimum profit percentage, 10%. That's gross, minimum dollar amount, $2. If we're making anything up there above that $2 mark, we buy it. And then the slower moving SKUs we'd like to make more money on. If they're going to move a little slower, I want to make more like $5-6 every time we sell one.
Are you still using the same tools that private label seller would use, like Helium 10?
No. So our primary tools is a UPC scraper. Scan Unlimited is a great one, and then Keep It Charts. And really, that's pretty much it.
Oh,
Yeah.
old Keepa, still
Yeah.
kicking around.
Yeah.
All right, from Manny, which software do you use for that model? I mean, to find profitable ASINs.
Oh,
Yeah. Just went
Just
over
like
that.
yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Scan Unlimited.
All right, from Red, if we sell wholesale, can we write a clause for them not to sell on Amazon or Shopify?
If we sell wholesale, so if you're selling wholesale to other people, you can absolutely include that when they open an account, that they cannot sell on Amazon and Shopify. Something you could do if you own the brand too, which we have with some of our brands, is something called transparency labels that Amazon provides. That's a great way to kind of manage Amazon if you're going more the wholesale route and you don't want other people buying your products to sell them on Amazon as well.
Okay, and last question is from Andy. Do you optimize listings and PPC of new brands that you're working with? If so, do you charge them extra fees?
Absolutely. So we prefer that the company covers PPC, because we'll recommend a budget between $1,000-$3,000 a month, and we explain to them that the cost to get in a retail catalog is tens of thousands of dollars, and the opportunity that advertising on Amazon PPC allows is really exponential as far as growth goes if you're allocating your funds properly. And yes, sometimes we do charge them a listing fixing fee, but most of the time we just waive that on the strength of the future of the relationship.
Okay.
All right, so that was it for the questions.
Perfect.
From my end.
All right. So I think it's about that time we can get right into the wheel.
Yeah, let's do the wheel. I'm excited about it.
Oh yeah, get ready for this. All right, so last call for hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, and here we go, the Wheel of Kelsey.
It's time for the Wheel of Kelsey.
All right.
Okay.
So let me just double check and make sure we got everything. All right, everyone's been answered. I'll shuffle these up. Okay, 3, 2, 1. And if you
Tony won last time.
Oh,
Faye. And look she just mentioned about how great the podcast was today.
Faye, congratulations, Faye.
So we fixed the wheel because you had that compliment there, Faye. So thank you. All right. So yeah, just like Kelsey just said, Faye, just give Kelsey an email, k@lunchwithnorm.com, and we'll get you all set up. Eric, you're off the hook. That was easy. I guess I'll be seeing you at ASD.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I can't think of, I swear, it was just like maybe 6 to 8 months ago. I could have sworn we were at an event together. Maybe I'm losing it over here.
Well, yeah, I've been to a few events over the last few months, but I didn't get to Brooklyn this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
well, listen, I look forward to it, man. I'll see you at ASD at the end of February.
fantastic. You have a good one.
All right.
Okay. We'll see you later. Thank you. All right, everybody. So I hope it was a great episode. Eric's an awesome guy, and he just brought a lot to the table, talking about wholesale. Sometimes we just don't think about it. There are other models within Amazon, or even, the Etsy side of things, or eBay. You just got to keep your mind open, and you don't want to be too thin, right? But you always want to think about other ways, like Eric said, other ways to generate revenue. So with that being said, let's have another word. Kelsey Button from our sponsor. I wanted to give a quick shout out and say thank you to Global Wired Advisors for sponsoring this episode of Lunch with Norm. Global Wired Advisors is a leading digital investment bank focused on optimizing the business sales process. For more information, please call Chris Schifferling and his team over at globalwiredadvisors.com. Squire?
All right. Yes, that was an awesome episode. Great. Yeah, great session. Thanks, Norm, Kelsey. Thank you, Beard Nation. Thank you for watching today. And thank you, everyone who entered our giveaway. We do this every single episode, too. So if you're new to the show, come back to our next episode on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can enter again. And also, if you haven't yet, please give us those thumbs up. Share this out to any friends and family that might be interested in Amazon Wholesale. And let me see. To our Patreon subscribers, we have our Q&A session with me for our social media sessions. So that's 2 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. So looking forward to that. If you want more information about our Patreon, you can go over to the lunchwithnorm.com website.
And we call that Snacks with Kelsey?
Oh, we can. We can definitely make the name change. But yeah, that's lunchwithnorm.com. And I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, frog in my throat. This is happening every episode now. Let's try this one more time. Again, too many cigars over the holidays. Okay, so thank you for joining today. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for being part of the community. We could not do this without you. We love your support, and we will see you Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day.
Lunch with Norm.